where this is like the 5th time he's done this in 2 years. And last year just got screwed by bad coaching, collapsing defense and things like that, or tipped field goal. Remember that against Green Bay? He should have swept them last year. But it's more than just numbers. The numbers were pretty, they were cool. It was 22 out of 37, 212 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He only got sacked 1 time, which is incredible considering the pressure he was getting, especially from Max Crosby, who was just looking like a freak of nature yesterday. But Caleb, the one interception that Caleb threw, this is where you see that where his height doesn't really help him out the most. My brother thinks he's 6'1". I've been around Caleb a lot. I do not think Caleb is 6'1". I think Caleb is a smooth 5'10". And I don't know, maybe it's just the athleticism of Crosby, and he knew, let me just at least put my arm in the air. But I gotta go back and rewatch the game, look a little bit at the all 22 and see what the field looked like on that throw. Some people say DJ was open. From the first original look at it, looked like nobody was open, and I don't know where that ball was going to go. But there was a couple throws that were off, but he for the most part, you just see the growth each and every week. And I say I have a calmness because on that final drive to go ahead, which DeAndre Swift eventually scored the touchdown. He said, since Braxton Jones started, LT gets washed. Oh, I just want to say too, Ben Johnson said no, he was benched. The word he used was we had already planned for Theo to come in the game. So that to me is, I'm not gonna throw him under the bus and say he got benched, but he got benched. He was not hurt. So I don't know if Braxton will be starting left tackle, but I think everything's on the table. But so it wasn't a thing. Well, so watching that final drive to go ahead, I wasn't worried about Caleb messing up. I wasn't worried about him throwing an interception or anything like that. And it kind of took me back to a conversation we had before he got drafted, where I was talking about, maybe he'll have 15 picks in his first half. And you and Dante was like, I don't think picks are ever going to be a problem for me. He's never a high turnover guy, which, we're a month into the season. He only has 2 picks. And both of those, honestly, can kind of be explained a little bit. So it wasn't any, it's like with Jay Cutler has had me scarred for the longest time. Because I'm just expecting an opposing DB to pick off a ball because Jay had the most soul-crushing picks. But it wasn't – I felt a calmness. My question was, is the offensive line going to fail him? Is somebody going to drop a ball? Or is it going to be like a false start or something like that? I was calm about him, and he just went out there and delivered. It's like all the problems he has before that drive, it just don't exist anymore. We saw it against Minnesota. We saw it against Minnesota at home last year. We saw it against Green Bay at home last year. We saw it twice in the Washington game on the road last year, but it got wiped out because of that Hail Mary. And I just kind of feel like this a little comfortable. And, Ben Johnson said he told Caleb you're made for moments like this. And I feel like going forward, this is going to be something we're going to look like, okay, it's fourth time. And, Caleb is going to be able to do the thing. I haven't felt this way about a Chicago athlete as Derrick Rose, where I just knew, like, all right, it's close time. I know we can go home with a dub. Do you have a calmness with Caleb, or are you just not there yet?
No, I do. Even when it's rough, I have a calmness when it comes to Caleb. Because especially now, like when I look at his feet, it's not antsy. He's not causing sacks. He's getting the ball out. I think the only time I'm ever antsy is when I am with anybody else, is when you throw an intermediate to long ball, pause. And he's not there yet, but is looking good, so to speak. I have more of an antsy when it comes to the people that he's getting the ball to. Cole Kmet, especially the run game. That's where my ants is. That's where my nervousness is. But Caleb, even before yesterday's game, if you look at most of the games that we lost last season, we had a couple of joints that we came back on. The Green Bay game, we led down there. And the field goal was blocked. The Washington game, he led them to a game-winning drive, but then the Hail Mary happened. I want to say it's like 1 or 2 more games. So I'm not really antsy when it comes to Caleb. I'm antsy when it comes to everything else around him.
Catch I'm Not Gonna Hold You, hosted by Scott Lewis, every Monday and Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, only on HNB Media and the Barber's Chair Network.